is taking Test Sip and Rad 140 a good idea? It's a good combination. Let me see if I need help. Tony, I want you to coach me for a period when how can I get in contact with me and Trevor? We're gonna do some transformation stuff. Oh, you mean like online coaching? Yeah, we might get back to the inner circle. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. We might get back to doing inner circle again. We just been super busy because we were doing all the filming for the different movies, and then we just did some filming for a bigorexia movie and like big mainstream projects. Now those are done. Now I'm circling back to everything else. So I don't know. We'll let you know if that becomes available. Negatives of sucralose, Isaac says. There's so many studies going both ways. Studies saying it's not good. Studies saying it makes no difference. My opinion is just use it in moderation. And I feel, this is just my instinct, but my instinct's often right about these things. I feel like having a little bit of sucralose is not a problem, but having like a ton of sucralose chronically, large amounts every day is a problem. So I just I'm fine with sucralose. I'd rather have sucralose than sugar, and certainly rather than high fructose corn syrup and certain other sweeteners, but I just try to limit it, that's all. Christopher says, is there a cure for cancer? Yes. There's many cures for cancer, but there's many different types of cancer. So each type of cancer needs to be addressed differently. So there's not like one cure for all cancers. And cancer is something where it's very easy to treat early on, but it's very hard to treat once it's like a war, and the cancer is like an army, and the army gets bigger and bigger, and you have your own army, your body's own army, because it really is like this. And the bigger their army gets, the harder it is to grow your army fast enough in order to fight the cancer back. All right. How are nanosarms different? So nanosarm, much smaller, more surface area, can penetrate cells easier to dissolve in liquid, less chemicals needed in order to dissolve it, so healthier, more absorbable, and more bioavailable. To the extent, we don't know. To like how much percentage more effective, we don't know. We don't have a percentage. Okay, Iron Worker says, does Coach Trevor smoke a lot of pot? He seems so chill. Coach Trevor does not smoke pot. Coach Trevor does not like pot because he gets paranoid. I like it, but I really use it in moderation. I have it on hand. I always have it on hand because it's really helpful for certain states of mind and creativity. And oh Jesus, this happens all the time. It's all leaked. It all leaked all over the cartridge. So I always have backups of these things though, but this one's pretty much destroyed. All right, why does MK677 taste awful? I don't think I've ever tasted it. Mike says he's 215. Yes, I'm 215 pounds. How much Tudka and NAC would you recommend daily? It's almost like the more the better. I don't know. It doesn't, not that it takes, actually Tudka is very expensive. NAC is very cheap. I think with the N-acetylcysteine, it's more about frequency than dosage probably, but I'd have to double check that. I would just stick with the prescribed dosages on the label of those things generally, because they work effectively. So it's not like, unless you have a liver problem, in which case we should be doing glutathione injections anyways, and then use the other ones to maintain. How would you compare edibles to smoking? Edibles last a really long time. Like if I can still feel them 14 hours later, and I don't like that. Like I love the first 9 hours on an edible, awesome, fantastic. And then after that, it's like, okay, I'm over it. I want to feel normal again. This is one reason I do really well with drugs, because I don't get addicted, because I don't want to feel the same way all the time. Like I have friends that are on GHB every day, all day, I am on GHB, and I'm like this. I'm like, I feel awesome for 3 hours, and then after 3 hours, I'm like, I'm ready to feel normal again. I don't want to always feel like this. If I'm high, like I feel high for a few hours, I'm like, this is great, and then like after that, I'm like, oh, I want to feel normal. Like I always want to come back to normal. I don't want to be high all the time, no matter what it is. Like even happiness, like if I am like really happy, it's like, okay, then I want to come down and equalize myself again. All right, next question. Tony, how can I get coached? I don't know. We're going to do more transformations in Thailand. Here's what I meant to say. We're going to do transformations at Muscle Factory Gym in Bangkok, Thailand. And we still got to pick the contest winner from before, and then we're going to pick more winners too. And then once we develop a system, like I'm going to be doing seminars there so that people can fly in and have things arranged where they have they get training and chemistry and as part of a seminar. So I will update you on that and probably. Okay, Keith says, you helped me through my hardest part of my life. I love you. Well, thank you, Keith. I'm glad I could help. People have helped me too, so it's nice to pay it forward. Tony, how big can Tren make a difference in your physique? Trying to cut 202 pounds. That means you're trying to lose 202 pounds? Okay, here's my thoughts on Trenbolone. I don't like it because I get a lot of side effects. Like there's some drugs that they say, like DNP, for example. Oh my God, DNP is going to kill you. I love DNP. Tren, they say, Tren, insomnia makes you want to kill your wife and makes you jealous and makes you agitated and, gyno. Man, I get every single symptom on the Trenbolone list. Like I'm so sensitive to it. And despite that, I've tried running it in high dosages and I got very little from it. So for me, it's all side effects with very little benefits. What I do notice from Tren is muscle separation. So like I start seeing lines come in my chest and my shoulder and that's it. It's a look, it's an appearance thing. But I can also get that from, it's a different look. Like the separations are deeper on Tren, but on Winstrol, the separations are sharper. So like Winstrol also has a lot of side effects, but I would choose Winstrol over Tren because like I feel good on Winstrol and I feel really bad on Trenbolone and I get gyno on Trenbolone. Like worse than anything, like Deca and Tren, like the progestins. Oh my God, it doesn't matter how much cabergoline I take. I still get gyno on them. So I like, if I'm going to run Tren, I'm doing a very low dosage of it for a very short period of time to just create that look to the muscle and to resensitize the IGF receptor. But I can do that with arachidonic acid. So usually I would use arachidonic acid instead of using Tren for the main purpose of why people use Tren. Best compound to stack with mint, aromatase inhibitor, ancillaries, keeping the estrogen under control and monitoring that dosage really well. What would be good to stack with mint? So not really testosterone, right? Because mint does everything testosterone does and a lot more. You'd want to figure out like what the purpose is for. Mint is better for a bulking steroid. So it's kind of already satisfying the androgen receptor. It's satisfying on the anabolic matrix the estrogen. So we're missing like growth hormone and insulin. Those would be growth hormone, insulin, arachidonic acid would be the three most powerful things to stack with mint. Tony, you have the picture perfect physique and perfect mix. This is from KKCM of size, symmetry, and definition. I'm curious, as most of us are, what some of your measurements are. Okay, I have done the 3D body scan that does all of the measurements. Oh, but that's not flexed. That's just standing straight like this. So I will go into my app after this and I'll post it on no matter what, I'll post whatever I can pull from the DEXA app that does a 3D body scan of my body on the Dr. Tony Huge Instagram story. 3D scan to IG. just writing some notes to follow up with you guys on.